like the Washington Monument. I'm like, somebody got paid to design that shit? It's a fucking pencil. I mean, that's it. It's just a big fucking cement pencil. Some people think it looks like a dick, but I think they're saving that design for Trump's monument.
Who's
No,
in the
fuck you,
room?
stupid, all right? What's it? What are you, his fucking mom? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, God. Am I the first one to dislike Trump? Oh, my God. I must have invented disliking Donald Trump. Hey, on your way out, remember, you can suck my balls anytime you want, all right? Fucking break up my show, lady. You know what? You come up here and do this shit, and yeah, I will go.
Hey, Faith, I got your email. Welcome.
That hurt a little bit.
Now, first
all
off,
right?
this is
Admit
totally
that
DVRable.
hurt. And see,
Okay, and
right
this will
now,
be recorded.
this is like.
So you can go back and you can kind of like go over the questions again that I
heard she was a bitch,
go
but
over. Number
right
two,
now, like, I
my
still
website's
do
it's
comedy. You know, I mean, like you ever go to a family
STEMwithKeno.com.
reunion and your
You can
uncle
follow us
cusses
on
out your
Facebook
grandma,
at
you know,
STEMwithKeno.com. You put that in the
and somebody
search
comes
box.
up like, who
And
wants
Twitter
cake?
at just
Like,
STEMwithKeno. I don't
gotta be
believe
the
there's
guy
a
who goes,
.com on
who
it.
wants cake
All
right
right,
now?
this is your
I
first
mean,
time here,
dude,
and
fucking,
basically how this works
what the
is
fuck was that?
you can take
Did you
your
get mad at anybody else for
phone
talking shit on Trump?
and you can literally just crack your book open.
We're TMZ. If you like our vibe, click on that button and hit subscribe. We'll send you more.
And take a picture of the particular question that you're having issues with, and then what you can do is you can email it to me. I will put that on the message board. Take a picture of the particular question that you're having issues with, and then what you can do is you can email it to me. And that's initially how we do it. The first hour we do just this live stream, and then if you want to come into a Google chat, people typically they'll come in after the live stream. So 9 to 10 is the live stream, and then 10 to 11 is actually the Google chat, where you could actually physically, well, not I guess that would be physically talking, where you could talk to me and say, hey, Kieno, look, I'm having a question with exponents, fractions, or distance rate and time problems, or proportions, or percentages, or whatever the issue is, and we address that. So the Google chat is more like video conferencing, which is kind of cool because, after the live stream, people can kind of come in. And so basically, I'm here every week, every Friday from 9 to 11. 9 to 10 is the live stream, 10 to 11 is the Google chat. And, that's really good. I've been getting your emails, and I can't wait for you to get started. And, you're in good hands. Also, there are previous live streams and Google chats. You can actually go into my video listings, and you can find them. And you can see more and more. I have other videos on aviation and nautical information, the mechanical comprehension, a little bit. I go more in depth with the mechanical comprehension with my clients. And there's also certain aspects of like the P&R, the PBM that you will encounter when taking the test. And Faith, how many times have you taken the test? You may have sent it to me in an email, but just for the live stream sake, how many times have you taken this email? And I realize that there is a lag, or delay, I should say, because as I go through this, I can also see myself on the screen talking, and have other videos on aviation and nautical information, but you can just type it in on the message board. Mechanical comprehension. And who else is in the room? Name and location, please, and the test you're taking. Sorry. So your name's already up. No, just location in the test that you are taking, because we should get some United States Army SIFT guys in here. During the stream, we'll probably get a couple OAR guys, which is just one part of what you have to take for the aviation selection test pattern. But yeah, I do them all military aptitude test prep and Federal Aviation Administration computer test exams, from private pilot all the way up to airline transport pilot, and all the flight instructor ratings. So but you can just type it in on the message. Okay, you're scheduled to take it for the first time next month. Okay. And who else is in the room? Well, yeah, we should definitely get together and do an assessment. Your name's already up. No, just location. And just to kind of see where you are, because we should see how much work you need. Because a month it's kind of tight. I really recommend 3 months of preparation. 2 at minimum, but I mean, some people say, hey, I'm taking it a month, and you may be close, or you may be there, but the assessment, that's what the assessment determines, whether you're there actually. So again, the website stemwithkieno.com. Right behind me, Facebook, stemwithkieno.com, and you can also follow me on Twitter. What I'm actually planning in advance are some more going in more in depth in aviation and nautical items, but I actually want to do videos where I'm actually, kind of going through the actual control surfaces of the aircraft, and this will actually be done at an airport with an airplane, and you could actually see me actually doing a pre-flight and going through all the major components of an aircraft, and it's just some stuff, and all this stuff costs money, so I may even come up with a donation page, just whatever. I'm not asking for anybody to break their neck, but every little bit helps, and to actually put a bird in the air costs money, and but I want to do more and more with this channel. Going in more in depth, just so you know. So, Faith, any questions? Kind of going through the actual control surfaces of the aircraft, and this will actually be done at an airport. There are people that could actually see me actually doing a pre-flight and going through all the major components of an can't aircraft. Physically make the live stream. And all the stuff costs money, so I may even come up with a donation page. Just whatever. I'm not asking you. And I'm actually looking at them now, so this is pretty cool. Every little bit helps. All right, but there's a couple people that can't make the live stream, but they have emailed me questions, and so I'll be working on those two as well, just to fill. Who else is in the room? So, Faith, any questions? I need to clip this now because oh, hold on, I think I can zoom in. They can't physically make the live stream, and okay, this is a mechanical comprehension question from Faith. There's a couple people that can't make the live stream, but they have emailed me questions. With physics problems, how I suggest you do them is line by line. Do not try to do them in your head. Do them line by line, because it's really just the best way. When you have scrap paper or scratch paper, and you just have it all laid out, it just makes the questions so much easier. So, hold on, I think I can zoom in. We have a 150-pound man. And the RAF is 600 pounds. Okay. This is a mechanical. It's a 150-pound man jumps and leaps 12 feet away. So this is what we have. We have with physics problems, how I suggest you do them is line by line. Hey, and don't laugh at my artwork. I'm sensitive about my artwork. Line by line because so it's really just the best way. When you have scrap paper or scratch paper, and you just have it all laid out, it just makes the questions so much easier. So, we have a 150-pound man. And the raft is 600 pounds. Okay. 12 feet away. It's a 150-pound man jumps. Just reading the whole question. Theoretically, feet away. The raft would move. So, this is what we have. We have with physics problems, how I suggest you do them is line by line. Hey, and don't laugh at my artwork. 12 feet, 9 feet, 6 feet, 3 feet, or 1 foot in the opposite direction. So our answers are 12 feet, 9 feet, 6 feet, 3 feet, or 1 foot in the opposite direction. So now, what I always do is, all right, we have pounds and feet. And here we have pounds, but we have one force being exerted in that direction, and that is the man jumping. So what I do is I put an equal sign in the middle, and the forces will be balanced. Right. So what I will do is, you could multiply 150 times 12, but to me that is too much, and it consumes too much time. So what I'll do instead is I will multiply 15 times 12, and I'll get 30. So now, what I always do is 1, 4, 5, 0, and then I'll add the 0 later. Right, so basically the answer to this is 145 like this, but we have a 0 there, so we add the 0 later. So this is how many foot-pounds that we have on this side. So what I do 1, is I put 4, 5, 0 in the middle, and the forces. And I'm just checking my work. 30, 0. So what I will do 1450. And then what I would do is, I have to look at how many feet theoretically will the raft go in that direction. Alright, and I've seen this question before, and our answer is 12 feet. We can knock that out. 50. And then I'll add the 0 later. So basically the answer to this is 145 like this, but we have a 0 there, so we add the 0 later. So this is how many foot-pounds that we have on this side. Right. And 4, 5, 0. Let me see. 600. Just checking my work. I just want to do some quick math here. And then what I would do is, I have to look at how many feet theoretically will the raft go in that direction. Right. And I've seen this question before, and our answer is 12 feet. We can knock that out. Okay. So when we get here, we get 24.1. When I divide 1450 by 600, we have pounds, and the feet should balance out. And 2.41, the closest answer would be 3 feet. Just want to do some quick math here. And I'm trying to see where I have that, because I have this in my testing pool. Just looking. And I just want to know if you can see what I did, Faith. Okay. So when we get here, we get 24.1. When I divide 1450 by 600, we have pounds, and the feet should balance out. And 2.41, the closest answer would be 3 feet. And I'm trying to see where I have that because I have this in my testing pool. Just looking. And I just want to know if you can see what I did. Yeah, I must have it in another testing pool. Just type clear if you saw the way I executed it. Now, basically what I do is a debrief with a lot of my clients, and when I come, nobody's ever seen like this type of question. The more, I guess the most prevalent ones that we've seen are leverage questions with like lever 1, lever 2, lever 3. Those are 3 different classes of levers or levers. And let's see. Well, I'm just checking different pools. Let's see. There will be another testing pool. Just type clear if you saw the way I executed it. Yes, you would round. Now, you're not necessarily rounding properly because it hasn't reached 2 point. Now, basically what I do is a debrief with a lot of my clients, and when I come, nobody's ever seen like this type of question. 3 feet is the answer. I'm actually literally looking at this question, but the selections are A, B, and C, and it has 2.5 feet, 3.5 feet, and then 3 feet. In your case, it went greater than 1, and I believe 1 and 3 are options. But if the way this has it, 2.5, 3 feet, and 3.5 feet, I would have went with 3 because 2.4 is closest to 2.5, 2.5. But since this was the closest option, 3 feet, in our answers, then that was it. Right. And 3 feet is the answer. I'm actually literally looking at this question, but the selections are A, B, and C. Yeah, you will run into that a lot. 3.5 feet, and then 3 feet. Let's see. In your case, it went greater than 1, and I believe 1 and 3 are options. But whenever you have comparing forces, like I said, most commonly, what I've seen, even up to like my last two applicants, one took the ASTB, got a 50. The other one took the ASTBE and got a 63. But more or less, what they got were levers, and so you'd have your class 1 lever, which is a seesaw, and you would have an effort here and a load here, and this is the fulcrum. But I still treat this like an equal sign. You're going to have a load moment on this side and a load moment on this side. And the load moment is basically a combination of weight and distance. So if this guy was 100 pounds and set at, I don't know, what, 4 feet, then the load moment, and I'll write it out, load moment would be a combination of the pounds multiplied by feet. So we would have 400 foot-pounds. And they'll say, okay, we have a 50 pound object on this side. How far do we need to place it away from the fulcrum in order for it to balance out? And this would typically be, you would look at this, we have 400 foot-pounds on this side, and basically this would have to be set at 8 feet, because 50 times 8 would equal 400 foot-pounds. So whenever you're dealing with mechanical, with forces, opposing forces on both sides, like I had the man jumping off the raft, I placed the equal sign there because I'm going to split that in half. I'm going to look at the distance that he jumped and then how much he or she weighed. And then we have weight on this side, which is 50 pounds. And then, you have to translate it into movement or, whatever. But at the end of the day, there's 400 pounds on this side and 400 foot-pounds on this side and 400 foot-pounds on this side in order to balance out the system, so to speak. Which is 50 pounds, and then you have to translate it into movement. So I just want to see you type clear, so I know you kind of understand what's going on here and how we kind of look at the physics problem and how we have to look at things in balance. Because for every force, there should be an equal opposite force if we're going to have balance. So I just want to see you type clear, so I know you kind of, and how we kind of look at the physics problem and how we have to look at things in balance. Because for every force, there should be an equal opposite force if we're going to have balance. So I just want to see you type clear, so I know you kind of the physics problem and how we have to look at things in balance. Because for every force, there should be an equal opposite force if we're going to have balance. Give me 1 second. I just need to send out. Just need to send out a couple emails here. All right, this is something you could also possibly see. All right. Okay, great. You could also possibly see. All right. All right. Moving right along here. We have a email question in from somebody. She's a client, but she couldn't make it, and she's preparing for the ASVAB. All right. Moving right. The ASTB is the ASVAB on steroids, but okay. So here's the question. From somebody. She's a client, but I'll type it out. And she's type it in. The ASTB is the ASVAB on steroids, but okay. So here's the question. I'll type it out. Type it in. The ASTB is the ASVAB on steroids, but so here's the question. Okay. A rectangle has a perimeter of 48. The length is 4 inches more than the width. All right. What is the length? And we have 4 answers. A is 5, B is 200, C is 400, and D is 6. All right. So, what is the length? What I will do is I will make a rectangle. And it's saying that the rectangle has a perimeter of 48. So the perimeter is equal to all. What I will do is if we just kind of did a walk around this whole shape. So the perimeter equals 48. Now the length is 4 inches more than the width. So we'll call this the length and this the width because it's longer. So we'll call this X, we'll call this X, and we'll call this X plus 4, and we'll call this X plus 4. Because the length is 4 inches more than the width. So to ask you, what is the length? We'll define the length and the width. Alright, so perimeter equals side plus another side plus another side plus another side. Or we could say perimeter equals 2 length plus 2W. Right. So what I'd like to do is just assign the width an unknown. Right. So one side is X. Another side is X plus 4. Plus another side is X plus 4. And then another side is plus X. We'll combine like terms. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Another side is X plus 4. And then another side is plus X. We'll combine like terms. We have 1, so 2, 3, perimeter is equal to 4x because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 x's and then 2 4's, which is 8. All right. Now all this is equal to 48, and 4 x's and then 2 4's. I'm not sure if she typed these answers in right, but we'll look at it. So what I say is you subtract 8 from both sides. 8 comes to this side and becomes negative. So we have 40 is equal to 4x. So x is going to be equal to 10. That's why I'm wondering if these are going to be right. So we know x, and we know x plus 4 is 14. So the width would be 10, and like I said, it would be x plus 4. So now what we have to do is look at the length. And it should be 14. So let's see if this jives with us. 14. So now what we have to do is look at the length. And the 2 10s will be 20. 38. No. 14, 14, 10, and 10. 28. And the 2 10s will be 20, which was that, and 28 and 10. And that's not working for us. So what I would do is at this point, because in the interest of time, you don't want to really sit there and just kind of, work with that math. You have to look at, could something work? I would pick something. What I would do is, it's not 200. Because in the interest of time, 6, 5. Something work. I would pick something. It's not 200. 6, 5. Let me see. That's equal to 10. And that's not working. So if we made x 6 and then 10. So if we made x 6, because 6 plus 4, if we use that 6, I don't believe her answers are correct that she typed in. The length would be 14, and that's what I computed. But here's the thing. She didn't put that in her answers. She said A was 5, B was 200, C was 400, and D was 6. So sometimes people put in the wrong, they type in the wrong answers when they send me emails. She said A was 200, but then we have to look at, and D was 6. So some they type in the wrong answers when they send me emails. Hold on. She said A. See, when stuff gets weird, then that would be 12. Let's see, 28 and 12. It would be 40. And then maybe she had a typo, because then that would make the perimeter 40. Because we have 10 and 10, which is what we came up with. Perimeter equals 48. So 4 x's plus 2 4's is 4x plus 8. 8 goes to the other side, becomes 40. And so I'm going to just chalk that up to a typo. Mr. E, I see you, buddy. 4 x's plus 2 4's. I'm going to chalk that up to a typo. 8 goes to the other side, becomes 40. And so I'm going to just chalk that up to a typo. Mr. E, I see you, buddy. I'm going to chalk that up to 1 second. Yeah, 14. But I have the 14 here for the lengths, which would be 14 plus 4, 10. Yeah, 14. But I have the 14 here for the lengths, which would be 14 plus 4, 10. And if everybody got that, please type clear. And we will move on. And if everybody got that, please type clear. And we will move on. And if everybody got that, please type clear. I have the volume all the way down. Does anybody have any echo issues? I have the volume all the way down. Does anybody have any echo issues? Yeah, sometimes the live stream could be a little bit weird. I only see one clear. Yeah, sometimes the live stream could be a little bit weird. I only see one clear. Okay. 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 We have another question. I will type this in. Okay. We have another question. I will type this in. Now, I'm typing this question in. Now, ASTB guys, you guys are probably going to get pummeled with distance, rate, and time questions. And so this is really, really good. Well, actually, you know, all of you should run into some type of formula. So I'll read the question aloud. Two vehicles are traveling in opposite directions. Vehicle 1 travels at 57 miles per hour. Vehicle 2 travels the opposite direction, which will be east at 88 miles per hour. How long will it take the two to get 850 miles apart? Now, you guys can do this with me as well. So we have a starting point, and we have two vehicles traveling in opposite directions. One is going 57 miles per hour. The next one is going 88 miles per hour. Should have just put MPH like that, but that's all right. So everything with distance, rate, time functions under this formula. Distance equals rate times time. But what we do is we switch it around a little bit, and we'll swap it. Still, rate times time equals distance is the same thing. So I'll put VA and then VB. And above this, I'll put rate, and then time in time. So rate times time is going to give us a particular distance, because we multiply rate times time, we're going to get a particular distance. All right, so vehicle A, 57 miles per hour. So the rate is 57, we'll put that in that column, and vehicle B is 88, and that will go in that problem. Time is the unknown, so we're just going to call that T. All right. And what the question is asking, how long is it going to take the two vehicles to get 850 miles apart? That is the question. So as I look at this, I set up my table. Vehicle A, vehicle B. Vehicle A is 57, vehicle B is 88. So we know that. And then we have our times that are unknown. Now, each one of these are going to play its part in distance. What the question is asking, how long is it going to take the two vehicles? So as a result, these two vehicles are going to be working away from each other at the same time. So then what I could do is make myself a little formula over here on the side, which would say 57T plus 88T equals 850. Now the thing is we are going to come, okay, 6 hours. Uh-oh, my live stream dropped off. Okay. apart and this be working away from each other at the same time. So then what I could do 88T 50. Now the thing is 6 hours. Working away from each other at the same time. So then what I could do 88T 50. Okay, I don't know if it's stabilizing. Let me just take a look at my signal strength. It's red. All right. What we're going to do, if you guys are reading this, I've also typed it in. Just send me an email and just put Google Chat or Google, and we'll probably just go to the Google Chat. And I may start doing this like on a regular basis, just like a little 5-10 minute meet and greet to see who wants to come in the future, and just go directly Google Chat, because this has happened before. I don't like it, but you know, it's like throwing dice. You know, one day it's really, really nice and stable, then, and we've had some good streams, but for some reason, I don't know what is going on. But I will attempt to finish the test. It looks like it's stabilized. It looks like the signal stabilized. And hold on one second. All right. So I will finish this question, and we'll go directly into the Google chat. And anybody that is interested, Faith, I definitely hope you come. Google chat or Google. You know, we'll probably just go to the Google chat. And there's like 2 other people in the room. Just email me at the kienotoms@gmail.com, and then we will just go directly into the Google chat. But just to finish this up, and Faith came up with 6 hours. So we will combine like terms. 15. So I will finish this question, and we'll go directly. Interested, Faith, I definitely hope you come. 45 145 T equals 850. There's like 2 other people in the room. Just email me for the sake of time at the kienotoms@gmail.com, and then we will just go directly into the but just to finish this up, and looks like it's stabilized. So we will combine like terms. 15. Finish this question. We'll go 5145 T equals 8. Just to finish this up. Looks like it's stabilized. Okay, I got a different answer, Faith. I got 5.8 or 86, which was really 5.9. Now you could round, but what if? What you have to explore is that what if they gave you the answers in minutes and seconds, how would you deal with 5.9? And I want you to type that in. They gave you the answers in minutes and seconds. How would you? And I want you to type that in. They gave you the answers in minutes and seconds. How would you? And I want you to type that in. If they gave the answers in minutes and seconds, how would you deal with that 5.9? 5.9 rounds up to 6. But what if they gave 5.9 was the answer you came up with? And then we're about to go to what if they was the answer you came up with? The Google chat. But I think there's only 12 minutes left in this live stream. Why don't I just set up the Google chat, and this way we're actually video conferencing and our voices can be heard. I think there's only 12 minutes left. Okay, that's an hour, so you would need to times by 60 and 3,600 for seconds. Well, I have a really cool memory aid, and I'll talk about this again. But if I take this digit and multiply it by 6, I will come up with 5 hours and 54 minutes. But if I take this digit, now I'm still multiplying by 6, but the quick memory aid, 9 times 6, 54, will yield 54 minutes. All right. Now I'm still multiplying. So for some reason we're having a problem with the live stream, and that's okay. Faith, I really like you to come to the Google chat or the Google Hangout, and please send me an email so I can send you the link. Right. Email so I can send you the link. So okay, and we did get you in there, and that's good. Okay. So again, I thank you guys for showing up. You guys are, taking advantage. I do this every week. So basically, I hope to see you guys next Friday. This is recorded. If you need to go back and look over the answers, I'm not sure what the quality of this video will be because of there was like some signal interruptions that we were having. But the Google Hangout, it's very stable. It's a video conference, and it's normally super duper stable. I've really never had any issues once I've gotten the Google chat up and running. So that might be the format that we may go. I may go live stream, just see who comes into the room and be like, look, we're going directly to Google chat in the future. But again, I'm Kieno from STEMwithKieno.com. Again, you can follow me on Facebook at STEMwithKieno.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at STEMwithKieno, no .com. So I thank you guys for watching. It's some really good questions. We're going to continue working the questions in the Google chat. And if you guys are still, if you come in late, you're looking at the DVR, from 10 to 11, we're going to be in the Google chat. So you could literally still send me an email. And as long as we're in that 10 to 11 time frame, you can get in on the Google Hangout. So I thank everybody for participating. Please come back next Friday. Hopefully we'll have a more stable signal. And this is Kieno with STEMwithKieno.com. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll have and this is Kieno with STEMwithKieno.com. Thanks for watching. What happened to the screen now?